Congress is coming back into session. When Congress comes back into session at the end of this week, what do they do first? They elect their leadership. And what is the first vote that we take? The first vote that we take is going to be who will be the Speaker of the House in the Republican-controlled House of Representatives. And it now looks pretty clear because there was a lot of talk about, well, could Mike Johnson, who is a great friend of ours, did the same kind of legal work we do at the ACLJ. I mean, really committed to the issues that we care about, that you care about. He's been on this broadcast a lot before he was Speaker and after becoming Speaker. So it's been great for the ACLJ Government Affairs team to have his team in place in the Speaker's office. As you can imagine, to have that long of a relationship with someone who is third in line to be President of the United States and the most powerful person in the Congress. But there was some people saying, well, maybe he's gotten too soft. Well, President Trump has made it clear today, he has endorsed Speaker Johnson 100%.
In a lengthy Truth Social post this morning from President Trump, the American people need immediate relief from all of the destructive policies of the last administration. Speaker Mike Johnson is a good, hardworking, religious man. He will do the right thing, and we will continue to win. Mike has my complete and total endorsement, MAGA. And I think that complete and total endorsement speaks volumes there, Jordan.
If you voted for President Trump, you want the Speaker to be the person he wants to deal with. You don't want to put a Speaker in that the President doesn't like to work with, or that is an attack dog against the President. Like he's not doing enough. He's not conservative enough on every single issue. We know President Trump is unique. That's why he's brought more people to the party. That's why he won the way he did against Harris. And look at the fear he put into the Democrats by taking out Joe Biden from the race. And now we're hearing those articles about Joe Biden wishing he was still in the race. But Will, I think that has to be known. And yes, he's a friend of ours. I'll say that right off the bat. But if you're an ACLJ supporter, how great is that the few of us at the top of the ACLJ can go right to Speaker Johnson if we ever need to. Our government affairs team works with his team very closely on all of the issues that you care about, and we've been able to expand the issues we work on, Will. So I think, again, this endorsement should matter a lot if you voted for President Trump, because you want his guy in as Speaker of the House. The Senate is tougher. So we've got to have a united House that will then go into the Senate and make sure we get the best legislation done in this period of time that you only usually get for a couple of years in your presidency, if you ever get it, which is a united Republican Party front in Washington, D.C., with every branch of government, whether it's the legislative branch, the executive branch, and of course the judicial nominees. All of that that will be so important as well. And so I think, Will, it should carry a lot of weight, even if you were someone on the line maybe yesterday thinking about maybe someone else should take that role on. President Trump has said, this is the guy I want to work with. And I think by that statement alone, if you're someone who got elected because you told people you were going to support President Trump, how on earth do you get in there and then say, you know what, I support President Trump, but I want to pick someone that he doesn't want for Speaker of the House?
That's right, Jordan. And I know that a lot of people were concerned when the spending fight here at the end of the year started to bubble up in Congress, and the original package that was kind of brokered to go forward was shot down pretty quickly by President Trump and Elon Musk, and those like saying, hey, this isn't really the agenda we're putting forward. And so that's when a lot of people started to say, Mike Johnson is a rhino. Mike Johnson, he's not actually on our team because of this omnibus spending package that was only for 3 months to avert a crisis at the beginning of a Trump presidency. And my take on this, and I want to get yours as well, is that, one, I think it also showed that as soon as President Trump, who is not president yet, so would not have signed that bill, said, this isn't the fight or the way that we want to start off. What did they do? They pulled the bill and didn't vote on it, and they ended up coming up with a different plan. I think that one shows you that Mike Johnson is willing to listen to the president to put forward what the fight will be. The other side of that is that the Republican caucus right now is still almost a European-style parliamentary coalition, because there's still some hardline, old-school Republicans that don't really represent what make up the party today. You have the Freedom Caucus, you have the War Hawks, you have a bunch of different Republicans that come together and that Speaker Johnson has to corral into some sort of coalition that can move forward an agenda. I think Mike Johnson was trying to get ahead of a fight early by putting something that would be a 3-month spending package that didn't end up getting signed, but knowing that, one, it had to get through the Senate, which is still controlled by Democrats today, and a president that is also a Democrat. So therefore, he had to play the Washington political game to get something to go forward so that he didn't trigger a crisis before President Trump even got into office and then stalled the agenda forward. Now, something better came out of that, but I honestly think that Mike Johnson is savvy enough to know that he's trying to not place landmines in the path of President Trump's agenda before he even takes office. And so what many people think was a rhino move, I think was actually him trying to shield President Trump from a big disaster before he even gets there.
If you had a member of Congress and you voted for them and they were a Trump supporting member of Congress, would you expect them, would you want them to say, you know what, if President Trump wants Mike Johnson, well, I trust President Trump's judgment because I voted for him to be president of the United States, the most powerful person in the world. So I think I should trust him when it comes to who should be the leader of the House. And it's obviously someone he likes to work with. And I will tell you, his team, while they were new, and it was a while back, they have become a really effective team that has been great to work with for true conservatives. And I'll tell you, I mean, I don't want to get into too much, but he really does great work in bringing organizations like ours into the fold as much as possible on all of the issues and ask then what issues we want front and center. I can't guarantee that with other members of Congress who might want to be Speaker of the House. I can tell you that's the case with Mike Johnson as well. And that's why we want your support, because we can really take our efforts in Washington, D.C. to the next level. Our legal efforts are certainly going to go there because we are going to help drain this swamp, and that is going to be a fight just like it was before. But we also want to take our government affairs work and get the legislative work done that is going to help you, help the American people so much. Donate today, aclj.org, triple match.